Hey folks, welcome to the break room. So, apparently a new trailer for Doctor Who Series 12 dropped. I have not watched it yet. I have heard that there is enough new footage that it's worth me addressing in some way. And this one I decided I wanted to do a reaction to, which is why it's here in the break room, as opposed to on the main channel, because I'm going to, put the little thing down in the corner there, and of course BBC are kind of jerks whenever I do that, and they tend to claim the video. So I'd rather have that here than over there. So this is officially the release date trailer. I guess they're actually confirming the news that was leaked and I talked about before about when the thing starts airing. But let's take a look at this thing.
Crisis. Big crisis.
Big crisis. Okay.
Serious crisis. Big, serious crisis. Kisses. It's quite French, that, isn't it?
I like the kisses. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm digging the tux.
Who are you, Doc?
You don't know me.
You're the woman that brought us together.
Something's coming for me.
We'll be right here.
I still don't like how dark the TARDIS is.
Let's go.
Welcome to the end of your lives.
People can save planets or wreck them.
I will take everything.
Oh, yeah, that's very Rachnos looking.
Be the best of humanity. Consider as you hope restored. Fancy a trip in the box? We gotta save the world!
Okay.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
Gotta get that in there, don't we? Okay, so not a ton super new. We got a much better look at... I'm gonna say Rachnos because I know it's probably the scorpion things we saw in the previous trailer, but I don't know what else to call it. Until we get a new name, I'm gonna call it the Rachnos. I'm not gonna try and make up my own name for the dang things. So, we gotta look at that. I do like her in the tux. As like I'm a sucker in general for you put a woman in a tux, a woman in a suit. I like that look. So just inherently digging that. I mean, there isn't a ton for me to talk about because even though there's a fair amount of new footage, and which is why I'm actually glad I did this as a reaction instead of a full, more dissection-y thing. Because as much as there is technically new footage, it's all very much in keeping and in the vein of what was in the previous trailer. So I'm not sure my overall thoughts are all that different. So all there really is for me is to address specific stuff. Again, the show looks great. I mean, it really does. No matter what you think of Series 11 looked terrific. And Series 12 looks terrific. I love the scale of some of those shots. And there's like the slow push into this big open area. I'm like, that looks really good. It looks good. It looks well shot. So I have no doubts that this thing's going to look great. So... That's nice to have. I mean, I need it to be more than that. I need anything to be more than that. I say repeatedly, I am a story person first and foremost, so I would much rather have something look a bit wonky and be a great story than, look terrific and be fluff. But it is kind of nice to sort of have the safety net of, I don't have to worry about how it's going to look. I know it will look good. So, that's not nothing. I did kind of like the big crisis, big crisis, kisses thing. The addition of the bit French that, isn't it? I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I kind of wish she'd said, I don't know, like a planet instead of, France. I don't know, bit Venusian. That I don't know. Maybe that would have been dumb and cheesy, whatever. But I did kind of like that. Just the way she's summing up a problem is crisis, big crisis. And it was, like, her with the phone like that. I don't know. It was kind of sweet. I kind of dug it. I mentioned it while it aired. I still don't like how dark the TARDIS is, which is annoying because I don't dislike the design on the TARDIS. The whole crystalline thing, I kind of dig. I just wish it wasn't so moodily lit and heavily shadowed. We've kind of had that very heavily, actually, I was gonna say since since Smith's second design of the TARDIS, except truth is, 9 and 10's TARDIS was on the darker and the moodier lit side. I think it was really only Matt Smith's first design on the TARDIS, the bright whimsy one, was really kind of the only one this era that has been particularly well lit, which might be part of why it's one of my favorite designs, ever. I dig the ever-loving heck out of it. But, I don't know, I want the TARDIS to be home. I want it to feel welcoming and comforting. I don't want it to be the dark and broody command center. We come here to talk because things are serious and it's dark, moody light. No, I want it to be the safe space. I feel like it's too moodily lit to ever feel like a safe space. I don't know. I suppose that's the one broadish thing, broad theme idea that I'm bringing to this particular thing. But otherwise, yeah. I mean, decently paced. I kind of like the little twinkle in her eye when she says, fancy a trip in the box. That, the bits I'm getting off the Doctor herself are pretty much all clicking for me. And honestly, that's a really good thing, especially considering how long it took me to, link up and click with her in Series 11. It was literally her very last scene before I felt like I got her. And it's actually quite comforting to me that I'm, the glimpses I'm seeing over here, I'm like, I get you. I still get you. Great. So that kind of confirms to me that, the way in which I felt like I got her at the end of Series 11 is holding. So I didn't sort of latch onto something that wasn't going to remain, the case. Or, I didn't thought I figured her out and I was wrong or whatever. No, how I hooked into you and how I'm I finally get you, that's continuing to work. And that's good, because I want to enjoy her much more from the get-go. Not that I didn't enjoy the Doctor in Series 11, but like I said, for a long stretch of it, I felt like I just didn't get her very well. So, and that's happened to me before. Capaldi, who is at present my favorite Doctor, I didn't get him for his entire first series. Pretty much all of Series 8. I never disliked him, but I didn't really get him. I still don't get Peter Davison. So that can happen to me. So it is comforting to me that whenever she talks, I'm like, yeah. So good. Again, I can take that as a safety net. I feel comfortable in thinking I will enjoy the Doctor herself. I will think it will look very good. It is now just going to come down to what's the quality of the actual stories, the actual episode scripts. And I know it's kind of become the cliche thing for people who are concerned about Series 12 to bang on, I hope there are better scripts, except that's kind of it. It's not that there were no good scripts in Series 11. There were a couple that were great. I will stand by Demons of the Punjab, It Takes You Away, and Kerblam, while not quite as good as those other two, was still really good. Really, really well written in those three cases. But most of the rest of it was either okay, pretty good, nice try, or So that was only 3 episodes out of 10. So that wasn't a great average for me. So that's sort of when I say I want better scripts, again, not saying there were no good scripts in Series 11, but I am saying that the batting average on Series 11 for good scripts versus mediocre and or bad was not very good. So that's kind of what I need. I need better consistency on good scripts, I think, is what I need more than anything else going into Series 12. And that has always been my biggest concern. It will remain my biggest concern. But it is comforting to see this trailer, to see the earlier trailer and go, okay, it's going to look good. Awesome. The Doctor herself is working for me. Cool. I still kind of smile when I hear Graham talk, so he's working for me. Nice. There's a lot of other stuff I need this thing to do, but I'm catching things that I'm like, that's working, that's working, that's working. Okay. This is foundation that we can start from, because I want to enjoy this more than I enjoyed Series 11. And I don't even hate Series 11, but I did have a lot of issues with it, as I've done whole videos on. So I would say this trailer actually puts me a bit more hopeful than the first one did. Not that it's a better trailer, but that I'm not being given more things to worry about. It's not waylaying all my fears, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm going, okay, that works. That seems to work. That seems to work. I'm adding in things that work as opposed to adding in things that might be problems. Again, not every fear has been waylaid so far, and they probably can't be by trailers alone. It'll come down to when the thing starts airing, but I'm hopeful. Still not sure I'm excited, but I am hopeful, and that hope is not going away, and that's a good thing, and I'll take it. So there you go, my live reaction thing to the new Doctor Who Series 12 trailer. Thanks for stopping in, and come on back next time you need a break.